So what I wanted to do here was just, I had done a presentation about a month ago at the request of the Information and Privacy Commissioner on open data. And I did one last week. The difference is that last week I introduced something called Open Government Framework 2.0. I had developed something a couple of years ago, but I've updated it. And I thought it might make some sense to kind of introduce it here for discussion purposes, if nothing else. So without further ado, I'm just going to launch into it. So the idea of the Open Government Framework is when we're looking at all of the things that we're trying to accomplish and move forward around making the community better, making our society better, improving government. And just so you understand that I'm in the private sector now consulting, but I was 10 years in local government, so I understand all about the bureaucracies and the issues of the problems of moving forward. So the components of open government that I've suggested here start with community engagement at the beginning, because obviously without the engagement of the community, there isn't an awful lot that has relevancy. Open data, again, is a primary element, and we talk about it all the time. And it's a foundational component of open government, and is used, I would say, primarily by the application development community and the research community, as opposed to the average citizens. The average citizens need you folks with the applications and the people doing research to provide them with something that's of value to them and that they can readily understand. And I use Rocket Man, by the way. I used it today twice, and it works. Very accurate. And then we look at open decisions. That's one of the things, and Nathan, you talked about the trust. You know, if there's one thing that's a real disconnect between government and citizens, it's trust. You know, like, why bother voting? You know, it doesn't matter who gets in, you don't trust them, and they're going to do what they want to do anyways. So we've got to break down that barrier. One of the ways of doing that is making the whole decision-making process open and understandable by the people, by the average citizens. Open economics speaks to the need to look at economic development, job creation, nurturing people that, like yourselves, who are developing applications, new startups and that, to make it open and make all the data available to move the economy forward. Open knowledge is just kind of ratcheting up if we move from open data to open information, and then open knowledge, where there is some context and value in the information that's being provided, kind of like a business intelligence perspective. And open innovation. Innovation is kind of a key to everything that we're doing here. If we are moving forward, it can't be kind of status quo. It has to be in the realm of innovation. And in the center, something I've called the Open Hub, C cubed, which speaks to a commons, an area where we can talk to one another, where we can collaborate, where we can communicate, and sharing, because a lot of times in government, doesn't matter what level of government we're talking about, there are nothing but silos. What we have to do is bridge across the silos. One of the ways of doing that is creating this commons area, if you will. And then there's a supporting infrastructure. We all have to understand that there is an infrastructure that supports all of these things to be able to happen. And that is looking at policy and standards, technology, data, and financial and human resources. But most of all, we need leadership. And here's the important thing, that it's not just leadership from we, the citizens, making things, wanting to move forward. But we also need leaders at all levels of government and at all levels within government. So if you're looking at municipal government, it's just not the politicians. It's also the people in the senior management area and the people at the operational level that believe in being innovative and providing better public service. So those were just some of the things that I wanted to, and this is up on SlideShare, just so you people understand that slideshare.net/Yuri Konga. Let me just move that to the end there so you can get the contact information, because this speaks a lot about open data. And here's another one as an example. We look at the 5 phases of open data from my perspective, from a startup to a data catalog to an open data portal, which is much more than the catalog, to enterprise open data, across the entire organization, and then global integration. By global integration, what I mean is if you think about health data at a local level as an example, and then you bring it up to a regional level, to a provincial level, to a national level, and then all of that information gets aggregated. Now you've got the World Health Organization that has all of these pockets of information and the ability to do analytics and to find out trends and to find out where there are issues, where there are possibilities of things that need to be addressed on a global basis come into play. And if you're looking for the rest of the presentation, that is here. Okay, slideshare.net, Konga. And with that, I'll wrap it up. Thank you very much.